Local 10, and coast-wide, we know what we stand for. We stand for equality. We stand against privatization. We stand against gentrification. Because you know what that equals? You know what those two things equal? A widening of the wealth gap. The wealth gap has been a problem in this country for working people. It's been getting wider and wider and wider. There's an attack in this country on the middle class. And you know where that attack is coming from? It's coming from these billionaires who think they can just come to your city, take your land, take your jobs, and take your money and go live up high up on the hill somewhere. Are we gonna put up with that? No! Is Local 10 gonna put up with that? No! When I say union, you say fight. Union. Fight. Union. Fight. When I say people, you say fight. People. Fight. People. Fight. When I say local, you say 10. Local. 10. Local. 10. Local. 10. 10. 10. Now listen up, brothers and sisters. Listen up. Every generation of longshore workers has had their battle. My dad's generation had their battle. My great uncle's generation had their battle. Ever since the 1930s, we've been standing up for the rights of working people. In the Port of Oakland and San Francisco, right here in the Bay Area is where it all started. In 1934, we had a general strike. That general strike was for the right of workers to live and to prosper. It was a battle for the middle class. And in 1934, we won that battle. We will win this battle also. It is no secret who we are. Now, any elected official who supports a billionaire over the interests of the citizens that they're supposed to represent needs to be out, needs to be gone. Any person that represents you on the Labor Council, because the Labor Council is very important. Any person that represents you on the Labor Council that's not standing for the rights of workers needs to be gone. Now let me make one thing clear. You have the mayor of Oakland, Mayor Libby Shaq. That's right. Fuck her. The mayor and mayors before her have appointed people to the Port Commission, the Oakland Port Commission. Now the ILWU Local 10, we've been vying to get on the port, a member of our union on the Port Commission for years. And we've always been denied. Now you are seeing the reason we've been denied. You got people on the Port Commission making decisions that are going to make you lose your job. What is more viable for the port? What is more viable for the port? Okay. The Port of Oakland is the main artery and the vein that keeps this city, surrounding cities, and surrounding counties going. Period. To disrupt that will be detrimental to every man and woman out here today and every man and woman that lives in this city and the surrounding counties. Now, if the pandemic taught us anything, it taught us how important the supply chain is. So we're talking about Howard Terminal. Howard Terminal, the proposed site for this ballpark, right now is getting ready to be used to relieve the congestion of the supply chain. You know why? Because that land is needed for that. It is industrial land. Okay? The industrial land in this city supports good union paying jobs like yours. It supports black and brown people like you. And it's been doing it since the 1930s. There is no way that this generation can afford to let this go to the side. We have to stand up and fight. We have to do it. We owe it to our ancestors. It is no way that anybody, including myself, can sit back and let these decisions be made that affect all of our families. So when I say you're ready to fight, and you say damn right, you gotta mean that. When it's time to throw down, you gotta show up. Okay, every situation comes to a head. This one is coming to a head now. Okay, and we have to let these elected officials know whether we got to throw them out of here, we got to run candidates against them, we have to organize, and we have to be there when our name is called. Okay, there was a song by John Mayer. It's called "Waiting for the World to Change." We can't afford to wait for the world to change. We have to make it change. So I call on each and every person out here today, and especially my ILWU brothers and sisters. You have family that have jobs, union jobs, whether they're union or not, that live in this city, that work in this city. It's time to spread the word. It's time to organize. And it's time to organize over the powers that be. Okay? Because it's hard to beat the system when you're standing at a distance. I'm going to say that again. It's hard to beat the system when you're standing at a distance. You ready to fight? Yeah. 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 All right, right on, brothers and sisters. Power to the people.
Thank you, Trent. Now, what are we talking here? It's not just about work.